Welcome back everyone to episode 8 of our Oxygen Not Included Paradox Planetoid AAR. And what we can report is that we have our electrolyzers working. So I thought it'd be a nice idea if we just explain a little bit more how these work. So if we switch to our ventilation system, probably the best way to illustrate it. As I mentioned before, these two left and right gas pumps pump out the oxygen through this piping network, and then we have the middle one, the middle pump pumps out our hydrogen. And what we're doing here is we have an offshoot pipe which takes the hydrogen to our generator, and then this overflow pipe, once that backs up, like you can see it's backed up at the moment, any excess hydrogen then goes into this gas reservoir, which we're going to have to come up with a way to empty fairly soon because it is filling up. So the way these pumps work, it takes a little while to reach an equilibrium, and we have these atmospheric sensors which basically manage it. So we have them set at pumping when the air pressure is above 750 grams. So initially when you first turn it on, there's going to be other gases in here. So with us it was mostly carbon dioxide. And so these are going to just pump that through our air filtration system, and that's really not an issue. So you can see there's the odd little bit of carbon dioxide here and here, but that'll just get outputted through the vents and won't cause any real harm. But also initially you get oxygen coming through this middle vent, which obviously you don't want to allow to go into your generator because it's going to cause it to break down if you do that. So you don't connect your generator initially to this piping, and you just wait until so you let it everything just go into your gas reservoir. So there's a bit of oxygen, a bit of carbon dioxide, hydrogen in there, and you wait until you see it's just pure hydrogen coming through this vent system, and that happens because hydrogen rises. So your oxygen that's being output from your electrolyzers here is going to get pumped off by these vents, and eventually there's no more oxygen that can get into this little area here in the middle. And once that happens, then you're good to go, and you just connect up your generator, and at that point it's self-powering. But to power it initially, you need an outside power source, which is why we have our little hamster wheel here with a couple of jumbo batteries. Now for us, that didn't actually prove enough, and so I temporarily had to connect our main power grid here, and that caused a couple of overloads, which wasn't great. So I had to dig into here and repair a wire here to this gas pump, but we got it working and repaired, and so it's all looks to be running nice and smoothly now. So I'm just going to build this insulated wall here to keep the heat into this area. You can see it's getting quite hot, 47 degrees. I did initially have this enclosed, but obviously I can't deal with this gas reservoir if that's enclosed, so we need to enclose it here and have this outside, which will be fine. So that's it really for this episode. Let's just have a quick look at the oxygen overlay. So as you can see oxygen is great, and we're outputting it down here as well, so we can start working down there without oxygen issues, and it's filtering all the way up here as well, so so extra pressure is just pushing it out yeah, everywhere. So that's it for this episode. Thanks for listening, and I'll catch you on the other side.